Emma's a fucking idiot.
If you were stranded on an island or on a shipwreck, you ain't putting on weight, mate.
I'd recommend it to anyone.
First thing they're doing is jumping on them scales because they're like, I need to see the damage I've done.
Do not try this at home.
And after that photo shoot, I'm probably going to have a donut.
This is a more sustainable way of losing fat and dieting.
Cheat meal is okay. Cheat day, not so much.
Get off your bloody emails. What is wrong with you, man?
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to the Couple of Coaches podcast with me, Michael Clark, and my poorly little cripple.
Huh?
Oh,
You're what?
poor little cripple.
Aww.
If you haven't seen,
Emma's a fucking idiot.
yeah, she put it. Yeah, you put it correctly, I would say. What'd you do? Go on, tell him.
Stupidly, I decided to run 14k when I've never run anything longer than 6k because I was supporting my friend who is training for a marathon. So I thought I'd join her on one of her comfortable, easy paced, which was an easy pace run. And I have knee problems. I've always had knee problems, and it was very stupid of me to do. And now I am suffering.
Yeah, proper suffering. Yeah, you are proper suffering. I was really proud of you for doing that. You did a really good job.
Yeah, I might be an idiot for doing it, but at least I've
you done
pushed
it.
myself. And, you know, if I didn't have the knee problems, I probably wouldn't be suffering today.
Yeah, at least you done 14k. That's quite cool.
Yeah, and it felt good. And the actual run was bearable. It's the aftermath that's worse.
Might be the last run you ever do, but at least you done it. You went out with a bang.
No, I'm not going to let this stop me. I know there's some things I can do to help with this and still be able to run.
Yeah, you just need to get it looked at. You need to figure out what is actually wrong.
Yeah.
You're gonna go and see a physio, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Poor Emma. Anyway,
Poor me.
she did a good job. I mean, like I said, I was very proud of you for doing it.
Thank you.
And then I heard her come in, and then watching her get up the stairs, I was like, you don't look like someone who's run 14k. You barely fucking walk.
I went and I don't know how I went and did a food shop after.
You did.
But I was walking around Lidl like an old woman, and I'm pretty sure
racing a 90-year-old down the aisle, weren't you?
I'm pretty sure I saw an old woman who was walking the exact same as me, and we gave each other a little look like, "You all right?" No, I'm not all right.
Just for thinking, you got years on me, girl.
But we live and we learn. This is how we learn from things. This is how we identify problems, and this is how we solve them to make ourselves better people.
Go. Oh, mate, this is doing my head in.
What?
It just keeps cutting out. Max is laying on it, I think.
Is that why it's cutting out?
Yeah, I think
This
so.
is the moment the producer Nave comes in and says, well, maybe you should just buy the cables.
Do you need him to move? Yeah. Max!
Sorry, everyone. This always seems to happen, but Max was late. I think it was Max laying on it. It just kept cutting in and out, but that's better.
Boy.
We
better?
Yeah.
Stupid dog. We do have one little program to talk about, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't make that sound. Honestly, I'm so sick of this man pretending like he doesn't enjoy watching something when he's like probably more into it than me when we're watching it. But we watched The Traitors, didn't we? Both seasons.
No, I watched one season. Come on.
Oh, you watched the first.
Do you know what? The first it was really really good. Really enjoyed it. Actually did get into it. As everyone knows, I'm not really a reality show kind of guy, but I mean recently, I liked the old Celebrity Jungle thing. That was all right.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
And I did like the Traitor one. I thought that was really good because it was like the first time watching it. And then Emma was like, there's a second series, going to watch it. Unfortunately, looked online and saw who won it. So that didn't help. She kind of knew who won it. But it's just the same, isn't it? That's the only thing, I think. It's a bit boring because it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
Although that second one, I didn't watch it. The second one was quite good because the geezer just played it really well.
But I saw what happened before I even finished watching it, which was really annoying. But I still actually really enjoyed watching it because it was very clever.
And she's so obsessed. She's now gone across the sea and all the lands, and she's watching Traitor Australia.
It's on BBC iPlayer, by the way.
That's
Anyone.
what she does.
It's not the same, but it's filling the void.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
she
a
just
hole
likes
where...
the way that Australians talk.
Yeah, it is good. But it's a good program. I'd recommend it to anyone. Joking, I can't. It's really bad. I would very much
quite good, actually.
recommend you watching Traitors. Very, very good program.
Yeah, it was all right. I do keep getting caught. I mean, I got caught watching Love Island at the door.
Yeah, always. Michael, your shoot been pushed back a week, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. Oh, it sings to me.
Da, da, da.
It
Right.
just keeps cutting out. You're gonna. I don't know if it's headphones or this, so I don't know. Nath, you're gonna have to probably maybe put headphones on, mate.
Swap a mic.
Honestly,
It's probably just.
I've been told off about 5 times for not buying the cables. So I will get new cables. Yeah, this one's. Yeah, that one's fucked.
Better?
Yes, sorry about that. Happens to me every week.
You shoot.
Yeah, it got pushed back, which wasn't the worst thing. Essentially, the photographer just asked if we were able to do a different day. Not Nathan. Just because he had obviously he wanted to do something, so he just asked. It wasn't like you have to. I mean, you can keep the same day. He just asked if you would like little incentive in there to move. I just asked the clients if they were happy, and it actually worked out better for everyone anyway. So it wasn't the end of the world. It was actually
I mean,
really,
more time to prep for
more
something
time
is never
and,
a bad thing, is
it wasn't
it?
the worst thing. I mean, it's just another week. So yeah, that's all right. So instead of doing it this Saturday, doing it the Saturday after.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Everyone's ready. Everyone's good. Everyone's in good spirits.
Booked in.
Little spray tan booked in. Yeah, can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Can't wait
you
to
can't
see
wait
you
for
all
that, can you?
tanned.
What's the I was having a conversation with one of the guys. See, when I did last time I got spray tanned, the last 2 times I got spray tanned when I did a competition, I got waxed.
Did you?
I don't think I can go through that again.
Oh, was it painful?
Oh, it
What,
was
your
the
chest
worst thing.
and your legs?
I got everything waxed. And I tell you what, do you know what? My shins.
Is that the worst
I
bit?
remember getting waxed, and the strips like this big, right? This big, that big, and she did one bit of my shin, and I was like, well, to do the rest of my leg, that's going to be about 30 of them,
Yeah.
and then the other leg, and then my arms, and then the little bit that's on my chest. It's a lot of wax. It's a lot of waxing, and yeah, it was very painful, and I would never do it again.
I would say,
So what would you say is
probably
best?
not your legs, but I think maybe your chest and your belly. You don't really have hair on your belly though, do you?
Not really.
You have a bit on your. I would say for the aesthetic and for you to look lean and smooth and oily, you're going to need
Shiny.
to get rid of hair. But I don't necessarily
gonna use
think you
some
need. I don't think you need your legs done. Do you?
I don't know.
You'll still be able to see your quads. I don't know. I'm not a man. I'm not done a photo
It's more upper body. I was thinking of just getting some cream that burns it off. Some Veet. What's wrong with that?
Can I wax you?
I've
Can I
used Veet. I've used Veet before, Nathan.
What, when you got your butt crack out?
Nathan
Grim.
took some lovely pictures of me.
Absolutely grim. I'll get some wax strips and do it for you.
Absolutely not. No, because you'll enjoy doing it.
Yeah, I will. I don't know. We'll have to have a think about that, won't we? You
Yeah,
have to
I
look
don't know
back
whether
at
to-
other people that have done shoots, see if they look a bit hairy.
Well,
Ask your other
no,
clients.
I know. I'm asking you which you think is the best because
Well, I
people
think smooth.
either shave it, but shave it with a razor that's not new, so you don't rash. Use cream or wax. I'm just thinking, what is the best?
I would say
way?
wax. Shaving will just make it grow back thicker.
Mate, I'm gonna do it like the day before. It's not gonna grow back. It doesn't fucking
Yeah, I
grow
know,
anyway.
but in future. Oh, do you want it to grow?
Maybe, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Is there
Oh,
no?
you're so cute.
Oh, shut up! Don't call me cute. Don't like that word. No, I'm just thinking, what is the best thing to do?
I
I
think
might
you
message
need
the
to
lady
look
and say
as
what is the
smooth
best.
as, but yeah, ask her because it might affect your tan.
I mean, you shave it
'Cause
the day
also-
before. It's
yeah,
not
but
gonna-
also it will matter if you shave before the tan or after the tan. You probably
No,
have to
this
shave
it's
before the
it's all-
tan.
everything is before. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but if
You're not
you're
gonna wax after having a tan, are you?
yeah.
You do
But
it all
like when
before.
I fake tan, I shave after I've tanned because otherwise the tan goes in all my little pores and that's when you get all bubbly and you get all the little black dots.
Oh, I'll
So
ask
you
that
have to
lady.
ask.
She's
She'll
a
give you like
professional.
pre-care
No,
before
she
you
has
tan.
sent pre-care, but it's
Yeah.
like different options. I'm just asking you what you think is the best
I think
option
you should
because
be
you're
smooth.
a girl.
I think you should be smooth and I think you should wax, personally.
I'll wax myself then. Or get someone else to do it. You ain't
I
do
want
it.
to do it.
No.
But it's very
It'd be World
exciting.
War III, wouldn't
You're
it?
doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
You are in a very high deficit
Mm-hmm.
and you are very tired. You're a bit cranky sometimes, but I was probably
Have
10
I-
times worse.
have I
Let
been?
me finish, bruv. I was probably 10 times worse when I did my shoot, so it's quite nice to see that you're a little bit the same.
But do you think I am?
You're a
I
little
don't
bit
think I am.
like you're a little bit like tired and I've got no energy, I'm tired. Blah, you're a bit like that.
At 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
that bad.
this morning you woke up and you said I've got no energy. Very exciting. So today's topic is going to be cheat
Great topic.
meals. Yeah, great topic for you at the moment. So we're going to be talking all things cheat meals today, and give you sort of our view on it, our way of thinking of it, and our way to go about it, basically.
Give you our 2 cents, basically.
Yeah. So a cheat meal is essentially a meal that is completely off track, has no limits in terms of calories, and is probably usually a takeaway or something like that.
Yeah.
That people have. And I think the word cheat has come about because, do you know why I think it's come about?
Why?
Because I feel like a little while ago, people in fitness should only be eating healthy. That was like stigma, like you go to the gym, you should
Broccoli
be
and
eating
rice,
healthy.
yeah.
You're a PT, you should be eating healthy. You do CrossFit, you should be like, and I feel like now we've come to a point where we know that's not the case. Like we know people that are into fitness also enjoy the foods that they want to eat and stuff like that. So I think that's where it come from, because it was looked at as you are cheating on your diet that you should be on all the time, if that makes sense.
I'd say that probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. It's not really a cheat, is it now? Now there's more kind of science-backed stuff behind it. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not really
I mean,
a cheat.
unless you are, like we say all the time, a bodybuilder or prepping for a show or something like that, then you are, if you do have a takeaway, you are technically cheating on your diet, because you actually shouldn't be having that, because you are prepping for something.
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to lose weight, trying to lose body fat, trying to build muscle, just on your own fitness journey, you are not cheating on your diet by having a takeaway or going out for dinner.
If you put the correct things in place. But it's bad for people's like psychological
That's what I mean.
things towards food. It gives you a bad relationship, really.
Yeah, it's a really negative way of looking at a dinner out or a takeaway, which should actually be really enjoyable.
Yeah, I think there's different people. So I think, like you said, you've got to categorize people. So for your average Joe, like a lifestyle client, it's actually a bad thing to do, because it was going to create bad stuff. But for someone who is kind of on a bodybuilding circuit, should we call it? So you're always competing for. I don't really know if they do have like what you would call a cheat meal, I guess, after they do a show. They'll probably have a little burger. It's not going to be tracked. It's not in their meal plan. It's enjoy yourself. It's more of a psychological thing.
Yeah.
But they would most likely have like refeed meals, wouldn't they? They would have like a big refeed meal just to kind of restore all the glycogen and stuff in your body and salts and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a funny one. But we don't like it to be called a cheat meal, do we?
No, like you said, it sort of creates a negative impact around your way of looking at going for dinner and stuff like that. And that is not what we want to encourage our clients to think. We don't want them to say, oh, I've been invited out for dinner on Saturday. Like, what do? I don't want to go over my calories. Like, I can't go over my calories. I can't have this, I can't have that. That is not a sustainable way of living. So we came up with a bit of a different word for it, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it
We
is now.
came up with a hybrid day.
Hybrid day, yeah.
So hybrid day being that you track your breakfast, you track your lunch, you have something for those meals that is in your plan or within your calories or something that you would usually have, and then you go out for dinner and you have a pizza, or you go home and you have a Chinese takeaway or whatever. So it's a bit of both. You're still tracking, you're still being good, and then in the evening maybe you're having a nicer meal. And we don't want to also sit here and say you're having something good, like I just said, like good food and bad food, because again, there is no good food or bad food. There is just some foods are going to be nutritionally better for you than others. So, you know, if I home cooked spaghetti bolognese, that's going to be better than getting a kebab.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Kebabs are gross.
Yeah,
Anyone gets
you don't
kebab,
know
it's
what's
disgusting.
been put in it. You don't know how it's been cooked.
That's
You don't
bad
know
food.
what oil's been in it.
The thought
everything
of a kebab
like that.
is actually. Do you know what? It's so weird that if someone put kebab there now, it makes me feel sick.
Yeah,
Like they're so gross, like that meat.
Yeah,
But if I'd had about 6 pints, mate,
You
put some
would
chili
love
sauce on that
it.
kebab.
Yeah.
Can I get a lamb doner and chips, please, mate?
Oh no.
Gross, isn't it?
I used to have them, and then I had a really bad experience with one, so I've never had one since.
Yeah.
Like I've had a chicken sheesh, but I haven't had a lamb doner or a chicken.
Yeah. I mean, you said there's no good foods and bad foods. There is
It's
some bad
quite
foods.
bad.
You don't know what they're
but
doing
you,
to you.
you don't want to look at a meal out as a bad
Oh,
meal.
meal out's
Do you know what I
cool. You go
mean?
to a
It's
restaurant, it's
meant
not
to be you going out with friends, going out with a partner. It's meant to be an enjoyable experience. It's not meant to be looked at as bad.
So yeah, hybrid day. So, but what we would also do and tell our clients, which we've probably said on this podcast over 1 million times, is we would get our clients to kind of bank some calories. So reduce your calories slightly each day, Monday through to Friday, or lead up to whenever you go out. And then you've tracked the first half of your day. You now know how many calories you've got left for the evening, whether that be 5, 6, 7,000. And then you've got the banked left over from things. So although you may not track that meal in the evening, or you might not even know the fucking calories, but you know you've got kind of around 1,500 calories. So damage control, you don't need to count every single calorie.
No.
As long as like it's just that one meal and you're going on to the next. And there's other ways of looking at it as well. Like if you're actually on a journey, you don't want to be doing these cheat meals all the time because you're
No.
on a journey for a reason. You want to lose that body fat. So if you want to do it optimal, then just stick to the program. But you can put some of these in there now and then because it's going to help with a more sustainable approach, so you know you can keep them results. And it's certainly something we teach our clients going through the process, like more of a lifetime development sort of thing, where they know they've got the results, they're in a good place, and they can actually go out with their friends, be social, and not kind of ruin everything they've done.
Yeah.
Because it is really hard to ruin what you've done and put on loads of body fat. Like, people don't understand how hard it is to actually do that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be really lazy and eat loads of shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the facts of it. People don't like to hear that, but the reality is you need to eat a fair few calories in a surplus to put on body fat. And to do that, you've got to be either extremely lazy and don't move. And then if it's not the fact that you're lazy, you're desk tired, you're very lazy when it comes to your nutrition and just eating loads of shit.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. And obviously, people do have bad relationships with food and stuff like that. But yeah, cheat meals should be, well, not cheat meals. We shouldn't call it a cheat meal. It's not a cheat, is it? It's just a hybrid meal.
Yeah. But I think people worry so much about the meal itself, and they actually need to think about the before and after of it.
Yeah.
So like Mike said, if you know you're going out for dinner at the weekend, you can obviously prepare in advance for that in the week. But I feel like also people will go out for dinner, have a high calorie meal, and then the next day they'll think, well, I ate that many calories yesterday, might as well do the same and might as well start fresh tomorrow. And then the next day they say, oh, do you know what? I've fallen off now. I might as well just fuck it off. So it's definitely about the preparing for it, the actually having the meal, but also knowing, okay, I can go back on track now. Just because I had a bad meal doesn't mean that's throwing me off and I need to give up. So don't stress too much about the meal. I think it's more the before and after that are going to save you from sort of falling off track.
I just want to backtrack a bit about what I was just saying, actually. Obviously, I was saying you've got to be lazy and it's really hard to put on body fat. But I do actually, there is, well, if you know what you're doing, it's like that. But I actually do feel, and I should have said this actually, a lot of it is education and understanding of food, isn't it? I think that's a massive thing because what people do also, they see a lot of shit online. You should do this, you should do this, you should do this, which doesn't help them. And also, it's just the understanding of, oh, this is healthy, that's good. I can eat that. They won't look at the calories or the contents of it just because it's deemed healthy. I'll eat that and I can eat as much of that as I want. It's all like the different companies that do the sins and it's a free. You can have as much of that as you want. But the reality of it is that's not true.
Yeah.
You can't have unless it's bloody celery. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't have as much as that as you want because 99% of things have a calorie content, and you have a limit of how much you can have in a day before you put on body fat. So if you breach that limit, you're going to put on body fat.
Yeah.
So
it's not the type of food necessarily. It's
No.
the amount of calories you are consuming.
yeah, it's just education is such a huge thing. It's certainly something people should be taught from a young age. Is it would probably put us out of business, but just should be taught just calories and macros, because
Yeah.
that's the key to everything. Like, yes, you need an element of not being lazy, whatever. But if you can control your calories and your macros, and you know what you need to eat, and you can track that, you're okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one knows that.
Until they come to us.
Because I did have someone message me, and she did say that she's been on 900 calories a day for X amount, and she's putting on weight every week. But I look at that and go, but you're not on 900 calories. You probably think you are, or you're loosely tracking, but you're not, because no one has 900 calories and puts on body fat. It's just, I mean, I don't even think that's possible, even if you're bedbound. Do you know what I mean? And the way I like to say it to people is that would say to me, oh, I'm not eating that much. I'm eating 500 calories and I'm putting on weight. I don't know what it is, starvation mode or whatever rubbish people use these days. If you were stranded on an island or on a shipwreck, you ain't putting on weight, mate. Do you know what I mean?
What
Have
did you
ever
say the other day? You're not going to come back fatter than you
do
were.
you know what I mean? That's the harsh reality is, and this is where it comes to understanding education, is people that go to war or go to on a shipwreck or stranded on an island, mate, if you ever see pictures, they are skinny as fuck because they haven't eaten. Shock. Do you know what I mean?
They're also dehydrated as
They're
well.
dehydrated.
They're not holding
They
any
haven't-
water.
They haven't eaten, but you can tell they've lost a shit ton of body fat because they haven't eaten. So, yeah, I think just knowledge is a huge point, and people just need to understand calories better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also huge benefits to having a takeaway or going out for dinner, especially if you are dieting, because it's a diet break. It's a little break from tracking. It's a break from thinking about what you're eating, which can actually be really healthy for your process, because we all know, and anyone that has dieted, it can become quite consuming sometimes, just not being able to just eat something, like having to think, is it within my calories? Am I tracking it? It becomes a lot sometimes. So to have that freedom for one evening or one day, it's really good for you, because it gives you that little break.
Agreed.
You've had that time, and then you feel refreshed and ready to get back onto your diet the next day.
Yeah. No,
So there are
100%.
benefits to cheap meals.
Also, it's in and when you start doing it, you start understanding, right? And I think you may have touched on it. A massive thing for me that I love it when a client learns about their body, is they will go out for a meal or a takeaway or go out with friends. The next morning, the first thing they're doing is jumping on them scales because they're like, I need to see the damage I've done. Although you're probably not going to be able to see the damage you've done yet.
No.
And the scales have shot up. Oh my God, shouldn't have gone out. I've ruined everything. I weigh heavier than I did 3 weeks ago. You'll have that conversation with them. Sodium, salt, high carb intake, you're just holding water. 3 days later, oh, Mark, I'm back to that. I'm back to my normal weight. Absolute result. And I'm like, not really. But that happens. And I just love to see it. I've got one client who I think I speak about all the time, Angie. She probably listens to this. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
But she's really, really good. Like, for her, we should get her on this show because she's actually, like, the journey she's had. She come from fad diets, up and down, and hers is proper, like, it's education. Like, now she understands it. She understands everything.
Yeah.
Like, she passes this knowledge on now. But she's really good with holidays, with meals out. She understands her body now. She understands that the weight's going to go up, but she also understands that the week later she's going to go back down. So she's understands it very, very well. She'll be a good one to talk to. But yeah, that's again education and understanding your
she
body.
understands it through going through it and learning about it, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
and that's it. Once you've done it and you understand it and you understand your body and how reactive your body is to certain foods and going out on holidays and all this jazz, normal life, you can then control yourself better. Because also, if someone goes out, they wake up, they put on weight, they think, fuck this, I'll give up. And then what you do? Straight off plan, you're not tracking, sack the gym off, go down a pub, and now you're doing some real damage. You hadn't done damage before. The scales just told you done damage when you hadn't actually done any damage.
Yeah.
Just retain a little bit more water.
Mm-hmm.
Go for a piss, you'll be all right, mate.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Why are you smiling? So
I
much?
don't know. Just so happy to be
So
here.
happy, you little cripple.
So yeah, I think sort of like a recap on everything is obviously we're only saying cheat meals because that's what everyone knows it as, but that's not the best way to describe a cheat meal. We like to think of it as a hybrid day where maybe you have a dinner out, but the rest of the day you're still tracking. This is completely okay. There are benefits to it, like you're having a diet break, you're having a bit of a mental break, and you're allowing yourself to have a meal off track, which is absolutely fine. This is a more sustainable way of losing fat and dieting because you're not going to not go out for dinner for the rest of your life. You're going to want to do that. So learning how to combat that now is super, super important if you want to excel with your fat loss journey.
You have to live your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and it's just knowing when and stuff. Like for me, I'm not gonna the last few weeks. I'm gonna go and have a cheat meal because I'm doing a photo shoot. But then after that photo shoot, I'm probably gonna have a donut. I'm probably gonna go out for dinner and eat loads of crap because I can and because I kind of do. I want to. Yeah, I do because I kind of missed. Although I only eat to survive, of course. I do kind of miss some foods. Although yesterday was the first day where I was eating that chicken and I was thinking, I just don't even want you anymore.
Yeah.
That was like the first time, innit? I've been fine, really. Maybe I've changed. Maybe I'm not eating to survive no more. Because that pizza you was eating, that's all right yesterday as well, didn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't yesterday.
She did it again, by the way. That's twice.
It was Sunday.
She got another pizza.
I didn't order a pizza. I bought a pizza from the shop.
When you bought a pizza, yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Cheat meals, if you want to call them that, are good as long as you know how to deal with them and not get carried away with them.
They're good, also dangerous.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I just cut you off?
Just keep trying to round it up and you just keep going on.
One last thing I was going to say, cheat meals, hybrid meals are great, but they are dangerous if not done like properly, if reckless with it.
Do not try this at home.
Yeah, if reckless. Lee's going to lead me on to one more thing. We've got a little bit of time.
Oh God, here we go.
Cheat meal is okay. Cheat day, not so much. Do you know what I mean? You want to have a bit more of the flexible day, the hybrid day, and at least track some, be mindful. Because if you go and have an absolutely bingeful day and smash 10,000 calories, then your weekly deficit is gone.
Yeah.
So something to be mindful of. Mm-hmm. Anyway, round it up.
I've been trying for the last however long.
Affirmation time.
I'm trying to get to my affirmation, but the app that I use is playing me at the moment. It's just coming up with a game.
How
do I get rid of it? How do I get rid of that? I can't get off it.
Top right.
Oh yeah, there we go.
The X.
Affirmation for today is listen. Stop checking your emails on middle of the podcast, you absolute workaholic. You can't change the past and you can't predict the future, but you can ruin the present by worrying about both. It's a bit like your tattoo.
Yeah, isn't it? So that isn't it?
It's not your tattoo.
No, but it means the same.
Well, no. What's your tattoo? Forget about the past. It's done. Forget about tomorrow. It's over. Don't fucking do anything at all.
No.
That's what it says.
Mate,
He never. I always say, "What does your tattoo know?" He doesn't even know. Let me read it.
No, I'm not listening
Get your
to
fat
that. No, shut up. Don't stress about the future. It hasn't happened yet. Don't stress about the past.
It's
already gone. Live the present and make it count.
Yeah, that's what your tattoo says. It's a brilliant tattoo. When you get it
20.
lasered off. So you can't change the past and you can't predict the future, but you can ruin both. Sorry, you can ruin the present by worrying about both.
Basically the same.
You can't change what's already happened.
Mm-hmm. Says that on me.
And you also can't predict the future.
So don't stress about it.
But if you're worrying about both, you're going to ruin currently where you are. So I'm thinking that's saying, baby. Live in the moment, live in the present, say yes, take that risk, start now. Thank you.
Although
Oh God.
I disagree with it a little bit
Right.
because I do think that I don't think you should stress about the future, but I do think you should think about the future.
I mean, surely everyone stresses about the future.
Of course they do, and you don't want to let it overwhelm you too much, but you still
No.
need to be an element of.
But you're obviously,
Basically, what my tattoo says is a load of bullshit.
but you're obviously stressing about the future because presently you don't see yourself getting to where you want to be in the future because you're not doing enough now.
Yeah, but then
Don't you think?
by you stressing will make you do more. Stress makes diamonds. No, pressure makes diamonds. Stress makes diamonds.
Where's my diamond?
Pressure makes diamonds. Put more pressure on me. Anyway,
I thought I
on
was
that
putting
note.
enough on. Yeah. So I hope that's good. Little nugget takeaway for you all.
Nugget.
Get off your bloody emails. What is wrong with you, man?
People booking calls, mate.
All right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope that helped clear up the cheat meal saga. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.